All right, what's going on, everybody? Um, Today, I just want to talk to you guys about just marking up your charts, how to mark up your charts. Um, and it's really not that hard. Um, and the reason why you want to mark up these levels, and I'm gonna explain to you how to find these levels, is because when price gets to these levels, when you know the these lines and the movements gets to a certain price, we tend to see different reactions. Places where a certain pair might have bought from now became an area of interest for selling opportunities and vice versa. So when you look for your areas of importance that you want to put on these charts, always remember that the higher the time frame, the stronger the level. So what we're doing is we're going to plot our monthly and weekly key levels on this chart. Now, what you want to do is you want to find areas where price has held and where price has rejected from as an area of support and resistance. So the first line that I plot here was 171,300. Okay. And the reason why that I plotted this point is because we have this area here and this area, um, and we have this area right here. So as you can see, price bounced off this area, broke through, came back to the same exact price and sold off, right? So I like rounding to the whole numbers. So we have 171,300 here. Price bounced off right there, okay? And price bounced off right in here. There's also rejections as well. So if you go look on the candles chart, you can see, right, that right here, price bounced off, right? And right here, we have an area where price fell off, right? So previous areas of support, previous areas of resistance. So we had support here, resistance here, dropped. We had support here, had some support here, had major rejection here, drop. So what I'm gonna do with this one is I'm going to round this to 157. Cool. So between this first, and then I want to put my monthly, let this know that this is a monthly level. So between these two areas, let's see how many pips that is. That's about 1,400 pips. So my monthly range, and what you want to do is you want to take the difference between these two. So let me pull out my calculator actually. 1.713 minus 1.57, 0.143. That is my monthly range. Cool. Make that a little bit bigger. All right. So basically, to find my next levels, all I'm going to be doing is adding and subtracting 0.143. So, for example, right here, 171,300 would be the next one that I add. 1.856. So my next area will be right there. Now notice when I added this this new monthly key level, notice how the next line had price. Look at the price action. Rejection, rejection here, rejection here. It bought right here. So it's crazy that the monthly range actually is continued areas of support and resistance once you find your foundation. So this area here is your foundation. This is where we started from, and then we'll apply them all the way up and we'll apply them all the way down. So we would add 0.143 and you have 1.999, basically 2.0. So might as well round this to 2.0. How big of a movement is it going to make? Not much. So let's see. Right? Barely anything. So I'll round this up to 2.0. Key levels monthly. All right. And then I'm going to add this up one more time to the upside. 0.143. Hold on. 0.143. Hold on. 2.0. I'm trying to get this damn thing. There we go. Plus 0.143. 2.143. Cool. So that's up here. Never reached that area before. And you want to make sure that these are locked so they don't move. All right. Now you want to also go down. So I'm gonna start at 1.57 and subtract 1.143 and get my monthly range going down. And the cool thing about this is once you have your areas of importance and your lines, like you would never really have to mark this up again. All right. So $1.427. All right. Monthly. Let's lock it. Now notice when I put this most recent monthly key level here, notice the price action. Bought, bought, sold, sold. It almost rejected it. It came real close, just a few pips, and then it sold off. All right, let's continue going down. So minus 0.143 minus 0.143. 1.284 is the next one. Key levels monthly. Template. Nope. Lock it. And we got one more. Let's see. Minus 0.143. 1.141. Wow, that's crazy. I'm gonna show y'all something. Notice how I just put that level there. Look exactly where it came to the pip. Came all the way back up and never came back. I wonder if somebody bought from right here. How many pips that is? Let's see. Yo, they're 2,000 pips in profit. That's insane. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now that we have our monthly range, we have to get our weekly key levels. And how we get our weekly key levels is that we take our monthly range and divide it in half. So 0.143 divided by 2, 0.0715. So let's see. All right, so now to get my weekly, I just add 0.0715 to here. And then I just add 0.14143 to get this area plus the next area to get my weekly. And then do the same thing and the same thing all the way up. So let's do that. All right. So plus 1.141. 12125. All right. So that here. And 12125. It's my weekly. And I'm gonna lock it. So to get the weekly key level in here, I will need to, it needs to be this plus an additional 0.715. So I'm gonna add 0.143 to get this range, 0.143 to get this range here, all the way up. Okay, let's do it. So plus 0.143, 13555. Cool. Next area. And notice how it, like this weekly level, look at the price action. It bounced off here, went up to this monthly, came down, came back up to the monthly, dropped, came back to the weekly, dropped, came back to the weekly, the monthly, dropped. So price respects these levels. All right, plus 0.3. We almost there. We got 2 more left and we will be where we need to be. Last one. And there you have it. You have your weekly and your monthly key levels. Very nice. So when price gets to these levels, we'll be going to the lower time frame, such as the 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes to execute entries. These levels can be used as entries and take profits. So now you can do the same thing as well on the lower time frame. So we got our monthly and our weekly, and let's go to the weekly just to see how this looks. And you can see the price action. All right, look at how this area right here held. All right, you see the price action. Price came all the way up here, tapped this weekly, stopped out these highs, and came right back down. That is wild. So we had people that were shorting the market here for the past month, came back, stopped them out just to send price down. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. But you could just see it. Look, price came up here to the weekly, couldn't break. Came back up, couldn't break. I meant the monthly, couldn't break. So as you can see, the monthly levels are very, very strong. If it breaks through the monthly level, it's going to the next area of importance. So notice how this broke through the monthly and it made it all the way down here. This broke through this monthly and made it all the way almost up here. And I believe this GU is just pulling back to continue to go higher. The reason why is because we have these highs up here that never been cleared. So people that was shorting in 2018 are currently still in profit. But at some point, the market has to come and correct all these double tops. So, and we have some time. We have some time. You know, these are monthly candlesticks. So this is not, it's not like this is going to get here tomorrow or a week. It's going to take some time. It might take all the way next year, possibly, or 2 years from now. Who knows? But this area right here hasn't been taken out yet. We had a double top that went and dumped and, you know, never came back. So, all right, let's scoop down to a lower time frame. Now we're getting more and more into details with everything. Okay. So now we can look and see exactly what's been going on. This drop right here was crazy. Wow. And it came back. It tapped the monthly and went back and mitigated everything like nothing never happened, and just going to the upside. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to mark off some daily support and resistance as well. This area right here looks really relatively strong. So as a matter of fact, I can mark it up as a zone. So we have a daily zone here. All right. We got a daily zone here. And we also have a little zone right in here. So I'm gonna be watching this. And the reason why I'm gonna be watching this is because one or two things can happen. All right. The first thing that can happen is where is it? It's not what I'm looking for. Here we go. All right. So first thing that can happen, right? Previous areas of resistance, previous areas of demand is now turned supply. And it's been under this level for 1, 2, 3, about 4 days, right? About 4 days. So price can come down, come back up, and continue going down, right? I could take this, I could take GU back down to this weekly level here, right? That's the first option. The second option is GU can gain bullish momentum and it can play back in this demand and continue to go on a bullish run. So those are the two options that we have. So I'm gonna keep my eye out on this one. Let's see what pivots are saying. All right. I'll throw a couple of things on here. Let me throw the SMA. Throw the smooth move average on here. So there are two smooth moving averages that I use. One being the 50. All right, one being the 50. I'll leave that red. All right, one being the 50 moving average. The other one, 200. And the reason why I use these moving averages is because I like to look at things for more so from a day, weekly, monthly perspective. Because if you know the overall direction, right? If you know the overall direction, then you know what's up, right? So if price breaks below the 50 moving average, right? If it breaks below the 50, you will look for a sell. If it breaks below the 50 and the 200, you know that you're in a sell for quite some time. So for example, here's my 50, right? The 50 broke below these moving averages. And what the 50 moving average does is it gathers the most recent 50 candles, which causes this curve to move a certain way. It's almost, we call the moving averages like a moving trend line, right? It's like a moving trend line. So notice that once price broke, right? Price broke below both of these and starts to go down. Price broke back above the 200 SMA, ranged, and it bought back up. So these moving averages can be used as an area of confluence, an area of support and resistance. Notice how if I would happen to draw a trend line from here all the way up, right? Notice how when I draw this trend line, rejection, 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 right? It rejected here, came back, it broke back above, right? So it broke back above the moving averages. And also, just because it falls below both moving averages doesn't mean that it's an overall long-term sell. But if it breaks below both moving averages and it makes a new lower low, now you're talking. So you had this low here, rallied up, made this high here, and pulled back down here. So it never came down all the way down here. So we're still in a bullish uptrend. The trend line still maintains structure. Price moved back above and respected the moving average and kept going up. So honestly, if GBPUSD shows if it shows that it wants to reverse and come down, I will be wanting to see how it reacts against this trend line. So I'm gonna put, we got, that area here. And then I'm gonna just copy this to make it much easier. I ain't trying to drag, I'm trying to move you. There we go. We got it respected there. It respected there. And it respected here. So I got this trend line, and I wonder if I copied this and moved this up, how would this respect this channel? Let's see. And as you can see, it hit at least 2 touches, but don't really care about that. All I care about is this bottom trend line. Okay. So on the daily, we have this area up here, came down, right? Came up, came down, came up, and broke structure, right? So me personally, I will be looking for GU. I'll be looking to see if this demand turn supply, can it hold? If it holds, I'm looking to take GU back down here. Now, if it breaks this trend line, I will look for a retest, right? And we can take this thing even lower, possibly. So GU is in an interesting area. But this zone is super valid. I mean, it don't get more valid than this. Like if you would have bought from here to here, pull back, right? Because look, it broke these highs right here. It pulled back. You could have caught GU over 1,000 pips. If you was willing to wait that long, most people are not willing to wait that long. Pull back, respected the trend line again, and it's been going up, but it hasn't been going like straight up. It's been kind of just up a little bit, pull back, a little bit, pull back, pull back. But if you would have just and that's the mindset, you know, some people are not swing traders like that. You know, they don't want to hold a trade for a long period of time. But if you would have just held this from here all the way up here, talking like over 1,000 pips, right? Over 1,000 pips. So that's my analysis on GU. But I just want to show y'all how to plot y'all levels first, because these levels are important. These levels are so important because price respects these areas. They're good for take profits. They're good for entries. As you can see, right, this monthly area here was a clean area of importance when it comes to buying. Now we looked at the daily. The movement averages are still they're still crossing up. So that's still telling me that like we have, you know, bullish momentum. It will take a lot for these this to cross on the daily. It will take a lot. All right. So what we can do now is we looked at the daily. We can go down to the 4-hour. Now the 4-hour gives you a little more detail, a little more detail on what's going on, right? See, I got my areas of daily rejections here. Now I'm looking at this on the 4-hour, and as you guys can see, it's holding in this daily supply, daily demand turn supply really, really strong, right? And this is the type of structure that I'm seeing, right? All right, so you got price came here, came here, came here, came back, came back, came back, and then it broke. It broke and came all the way down here. So on the 4-hour, we're down, all right? Right, we done made new lows, lower high. Still, this is just a high. So it looks like on the 4-hour, GU is starting to show us some bearish momentum. Now I'm gonna label this so I know what this is. I'm gonna label this daily trend line, right? So I know that this is my daily trend line. All right. All right, so now we did the 4-hour. I want to go down to the 1-hour and see what's going on. And as you can see on the 1-hour, we got all of this rejection here. So what I'm gonna do, I'll get my trend line. And I'm gonna just drag this out like this. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches, makes this trend line very valid. I'm looking for GU to break, okay, break, and come back for a retest. If it breaks, come back for a retest. We can look to short this thing all the way down here. It'll definitely take out this double bottom. We got this little double bottom pattern down here. But let's say if it does that, like that's a 200 pip move. 200 pip move. So I don't normally like going past the 1-hour. When we start talking about 15-minute, 5-minute, 1-minute, 3-minute, that's like HFX, high frequency. This is actually trading. So this takes more patience, right? And look at this zone, right? I want you to look at this zone. And what I'm doing is I'm opening your eyes up to price action. And all price action is what happened at that price currently, what's happening currently, and what's happening in the past. So notice this zone, what it did here, right? Look what it did in this area here. Like, look at that. You had like a triple, like this triple bottom down here. And it looks like it had some rejection. All the way over here too. So this zone is very, very important. As you guys can see, this zone has rejected. Well, it held, I would say. It held here, it held here, it held here, and it finally broke through, and now it's coming back. We also have a cross over the move of the moving averages. All right, so let me go back and look real quick. I want the red moving average to be the 200, and then I want the blue moving average to be the 50. I had it wrong. Okay. All right, cool. So as you notice on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour, I meant, the moving averages are currently red over blue. All right. So man, I'm gonna be watching this. Like this is the pair that I'll be focusing on. The dollar has been gaining a lot of strength. And like I said, notice now, hold on, let me put this. Right here. Notice how, just look at this, man. Look at this area. This is price action. Action that happened at a particular price. Notice that when price was in this area, it dropped. Notice that when price was in this area, it bought. When price was in this area again, it bought. So that's all. When you hear people say price action, it's just simply what happened at that same exact area or same exact price at that time. So GU, like I said, is going to be what I watch because it straight up destroyed. It destroyed this this demand zone that was holding. I'm curious to see how it's going to react. I have seen it where price broken areas of liquidity. It'll 1 second. I've definitely seen it where it'll play around and then go back up. So I'm just wondering, like, these are the only two options that we have. Or, and we can take this bad boy down here, and then it might want to buy down here. Those are all options, you know. You just got to be patient. You got to see what the market gives us. So currently 1379 is where price is at. Let me throw this on here real quick. And put 138. That's the closest hold number. So I'm gonna keep my eye out on 138. If price breaks above this and comes back and retests the trend line at 138, we might be looking at a potential buy situation. All right, so I'm gonna extend this trend line out. Price breaks above, all right, come back and retest. Might be an indication to go long, but I don't know. Like this structure finally got broken, so price might be ready to drop. We have to wait and see. But I just wanted to just drop some value. Is I really took my time with this setup. And I love back testing. Just because this is how you prepare yourself for a profitable week. So if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. Hit me up. And I hope you guys have a great Saturday.